Okay, it's about 9 a.m. and we are beginning our school day. We usually do start at about 9, but we don't have a strict schedule. We just have a rhythm. We know, the order of things, but times don't really matter too much to us. So today Odin is starting off with his cooking lesson that he always does on a Wednesday morning. Odin is 10 and Henry, who is 8, will be joining him in a moment. He's at the moment still getting ready for the day, so he'll be making some biscotti as well in a moment. I was a bit dubious about this recipe. It's included in the curriculum that we use and it doesn't look like any other recipe for biscotti that I've seen before, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, it's a nice way to start off a Wednesday, cooking something for us to have as a treat later on in the day. So while we are doing this, we have Wilf, my 3-year-old, and Scarlett, my 5-year-old, in the front room. They're just playing with their toys quietly together. Sometimes not so quietly, but they've actually been quite quiet this morning, which is good. So as you can see, Henry is down now. And then I have my teenage daughters that are cooking themselves some pancakes for breakfast. My eldest 2 children are not at home at the moment. They are off out doing their own thing, college, work, etc. So yes, I just have the 6 at home to homeschool. Excuse the state of my larder. I really need to sort this out. Children love cooking, and it seems like there's always someone cooking in this house. Now, because there are a lot of us living in this house, I let Odin and Henry make their own batch of biscotti because it will all get eaten very quickly. So yeah, they just like to make their own batches, so they don't have to share a bowl or anything. Now Wilf has had enough of playing in the other room and he is going to come and help us. Now Scarlett's in as well, and they just love to help. As you can see, there's always lots and lots of different things going on in one room, but we're all quite used to this, and so my children can sit there and read in a really noisy room and still be able to concentrate. They're just so used to it. That's how it's always been for them. So yeah, they can get on with it. I mean, there are some of my children that get more distracted by the noise than others, but most of the time they can carry on doing their own thing. Now that Odin's biscotti is in the oven, he is now reading for his ancient Persia block that he's doing. So he's just going to do that quietly. As Scarlett and Wilf are still really young, I don't do any formal lessons with them. They just join in as and when they want to, and it's mainly play-based learning for them at the moment. I do the formal lessons with Henry and Odin in the mornings, and then after lunch I do lessons with the teenage girls. So at the moment Scarlett's just doing some drawing, Samantha is also just doing some drawing because her lessons haven't begun yet, and I am about to do some form drawing with Henry whilst Odin continues his reading. Henry finds form drawing really relaxing, so we really enjoy this lesson. Form drawing is a big part of the Waldorf education, especially for the younger children. It was first introduced about 100 years ago by Rudolf Steiner, and the aim of it really is to integrate sensory experience and spatial orientation. And there are 4 main steps when we do form drawing. First of all, Henry will observe me doing the form drawing on the blackboard. Then he will almost draw out the form drawing, but with his body. So he walked up and down the room to draw the line that I just drew, for example, and then he will look at the board, see the form drawing I've done, and he will use his nose to follow what I drew, and then finally he'll draw that in his book. So it's really helping his spatial orientation, and of course it's really going to help with his handwriting, practicing all these different form drawings. Something my younger ones always seem to love to do is cut things up. So this year I made sure we had plenty of pairs of scissors, and whenever they don't know what to do, I say, oh, why don't you cut up some paper, and they seem to think that's great. This is Odin's batch of biscotti, and as I thought, this isn't actually really biscotti, it's more like biscotti flavoured cake, but it was great anyway. They really enjoyed it, so not too bad. For handicrafts this week, Henry is using this knitting mushroom or toadstool to create some cords to make reins for a horse, if that makes any sense. So the children put them around their arms and can play horses. And now Henry's batch of biscotti is ready as well, so we've got plenty to eat, and it was really nice with a cup of coffee. So it's always a little bit chaotic and somebody's always making a mess, but you just have to let it go. You can't be controlling everything. You just have to prioritise, and I just have to clean up the mess after the lessons. That's just the way it is. So Wilf is just playing with some pencil sharpenings at the moment, while the others continue to do their work. Odin is just finishing off his maths at the moment. As you can see here, Henry has been working on subtracting 3. That is all he's been doing this week is just focusing on subtracting 3 and getting really comfortable with that. And Odin has been working on adding numbers with decimals in. At this point, Wilf is not happy at all. He's really getting fed up, wants some attention and wants us to stop doing the lessons. So I am having a little break and letting everybody have a snack and hoping that he calms down a little bit. And it's almost lunchtime anyway, so it's just a few more minutes to finish off and then we'll have a break for lunch. The last thing to do today is read a chapter from this botany book. We are this week reading about algae, and then a chapter from this ancient mythologies book, and we are reading a chapter from the Persia section, and that is called Hishang Discovers Fire. It's now 11:43 and we've finished our lessons for the morning. So now we are on to our afternoon lessons, and the first lesson that I'm doing with the girls this afternoon is temperaments. That's a really great subject and we are fascinated by it and really enjoying it. It's a really useful subject to know because once you can determine what temperament people are, then it's so much easier to relate to them and to understand them, and yeah, it helps immensely, and you can predict so easily how people are going to react and behave once you know what temperament they are. After lunch is the time that the younger ones go and play outside. They have lots of time to do free play while I do the lessons with the older ones in the afternoon. Next, we are on to our second lesson of the afternoon, which is geography and geology. For maths, we are learning about binary code, and it's actually quite interesting. This is just a recap. They have already done this before, but we're just going over it again to refresh our minds about it. And it's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we have finished our lessons for today. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I would love it if you would leave a comment below letting me know if this day is similar to your homeschool day or if it completely is different. I'd just love to hear your thoughts about it. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, so then I know that you are not keen on these type of videos and I won't make them again. If you did like it though, please do subscribe, and then I shall hopefully see you again very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.